Smile, hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to discuss some more important details about cell membrane. And in this video, we are going to classify the structure of cell membrane as per 6 key. This classification has been recently given by some doctor from Russia. So I would like to explain that classification as per 6 key. As per our physiology and the 6 key, I will going to explain that. So it will be better and easy for you to understand all those things. So till now we have discussed little bit about cell membrane. So what is cell membrane? So cell membrane, see, this is the picture of cell membrane, and there are many structures of the cell membrane. The glycoprotein, lipid, that is carbohydrate and lipid, glycoprotein, the carbohydrate with protein, then channel protein, extracellular fluid is fluid outside the cell membrane, and intercellular fluid is the fluid inside the cell membrane. And what is cholesterol, what is cystosol, integral transmembrane protein, what all these things we are going to discuss in this video. And after finishing this video, you'll be able to understand all these things. Okay. So what is cell membrane? We have discussed so far. It is the outer covering of cell, also called as plasma membrane, and it covers and envelops the cell and act as a barrier between cytoplasm and cell cytoplasm and extracellular fluid. That it not only create a boundary, actually it is a dynamic membrane. Lot of things used to happen on the cell membrane. We are going to discuss all these things. So it is actually a semi-permeable membrane, means it will allow something to go in and something to go out. And what is the mechanism? A little bit we will discuss in this video, and more from next video we'll start what are the ways of transportation, on what theory the rules is applicable for transportation of elements. And so in this video we are going to some details. So we know that it is a mainly made up of phospholipids, and associated proteins and cholesterol are intercalated in between the semi-permeable membrane. And this lipid bilayer is fluid in nature, and large protein molecules embedded in it exhibits as a mosaic pattern. So it is also known as fluid mosaic pattern. That means this layer is not a rigid layer, it acts like a fluid. So, and why this is fluid in nature, and what is the importance of fluidity of this cell membrane? It is very important factor. And what are the factor which is going to affect this fluidity, we are going to discuss. So ये एक पोलर लेयर है, जिसमें मेनली हमारा लिपिड प्रोटीन ज़्यादा रहता है, थोड़ा सा कार्बोहाइड्रेट भी रहता है. एंड ये बाई लेयर है. बाई लेयर क्यों है? बिकॉज ये दो लेयर बनता है, इसलिए इसको बाई लेयर बोलते हैं. और इसमें ये जो लेयर है वो एक फ्लूइड की तरह रहता है, लिक्विड का शेप में रहता है, और उसमें प्रोटीन एम्बेडेड रहते हैं. इस पिक्चर में आप देख रहे हैं प्रोटीन्स डाले हुए हैं, एम्बेडेड है, इसलिए इसको मोजाइक मॉडल, फ्लूइड मोजाइक मॉडल का नाम दिया गया है. पहले इसको सैंडविच मॉडल बोला गया था, बट फिर बाद में साइंटिस्ट ने रिसर्च करके बोला कि नहीं, वो गलत है, इट इज ए फ्लूइड मोजाइक मॉडल. सो ये फ्लूइड क्यों है, ये हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. इसकी फ्लूइडिटी कैसे मेंटेन रहती है, क्यों जरूरी है, ये इसके फंक्शन में क्या यूज होता है. सो ये हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. ओके. सो it is composed of lipid, protein and carbohydrate. Actual component will differ from tissue to tissue depending on their function and structure. And lipid of cell membranes are phospholipid, glycolipid, different kind of lipids are there, mainly phospholipids. And some carbohydrates are not inside, they are on the outer surface of the membrane. Why they are on the outer surface of the membrane? Because they are hydrophilic. Hydrophilic means there is two words, one is hydrophobic and hydrophilic. We are going to discuss over here hydrophobic and hydrophilic. Hydrophilic means they dissolves in water, and hydrophobic means they are not dissolves in water. Okay. So the if you go into the cell, the outer side is aqueous environment and inside is aqueous environment. Okay. So it remains in the outside of the aqueous environment because the protein helps into the cell recognition, cell to cell recognition. okay, and it helps in the rejection of foreign cell by immune system. So the function of this carbohydrate we'll discuss later on, okay, in higher discussions we'll discuss. Okay, right now it is not important for us. Right now we will discuss more about phospholipid. So phospholipid, the structure of phospholipid had two ends. One is polar and another is non-polar. So see in this picture, this is polar end, this is polar end, and this is tail end, non-polar end. This is called tail and this is head. This is polar end and this is non-polar end. So polar end is head and non-polar end is tail. So this polar end is hydrophilic, means they can dissolve in water, and this is hydrophobic, they cannot dissolve in water. Okay, so the hydrophilic end are staying in opposite direction, and the hydrophobic end are staying in same direction, means they dissolve in between each other. Say these are just like oil. If you put few drops of oil on water, what will happen? The oil will dissolve into each other. So in the same way, they dissolve into each other. Okay, so this is polar end, that is a hydrophilic end. Non-polar end is a hydrophobic end. So दो end होता है, एक हम लोग बोलते हैं हाइड्रो पोलर एंड, एक नॉन पोलर एंड. जो पोलर एंड होता है वो वाटर सॉल्युबल होता है, तो दोनों साइड में वाटर है तो वो उस साइड में रहते हैं, और बीच में क्या होता है वो लिपिड ऑयल का जैसा लेयर है जो आपस में डिसॉल्व हो जाते हैं. जैसे पानी में अगर आप दो बॉन्ड कुछ ड्रॉप ऑयल डाल देते हैं, क्या होता है ऑयल मिक्स होकर एक जगह आते हैं. सेम वे में दिस इज द lipids are can dissolve in between each other. Okay, and what the saturated fatty acid, unsaturated fatty acid. अब since ये this is the outer layer, this is hetero in cell, in the structure of cell, this is hetero part, and in between hetero part you see this lot of hetero activities are going there over there. Okay, this today we will discuss all those activities, and in between these two layers, this hetero layer is having two layers, and since it is hetero, so the structure of this group and the structure of this group are not identical, they are asymmetry in nature. Okay, because of this asymmetry they have some benefit. They used to the fluidity can maintain like that. We'll discuss this. Asymmetry is also very important. So they, and asymmetry means, see, saturated fatty acids have straight chain, they will having straight chain, but here one is saturated, one is unsaturated. It means one leg is straight, one leg is bent. Okay, again here one leg is straight, one leg is bent, they are asymmetry in nature. So what is the benefit of this asymmetry? See what happen if, say, one head and two legs are there, say think this is head and two legs or tail are there. So if they are straight in nature, see, if it is like this, and say if it is like this, so which will be more unstable, which will be mobile? Like, see, in this structure they are standing straight, so this is stable, less mobile. And this structure, say they are dancing like that, they are kicking each other and they can move freely. So because of this unsaturated structure of unsaturated fatty acid, they can move easily on the lateral way. Okay, so these membranes are moving in the lateral direction. So this movement gives the fluidity of the structure, give this movement gives fluidity in the structure. Okay, so this is very important. And in between their leg, there is some cholesterols. So like this, there will be some cholesterols. Let me see if there is picture. Yeah, yes, see, these are the cholesterols. So mainly phospholipids, and there are some cholesterols also. And if the cholesterol is saturated, so like this, saturated hydrocarbon tails, and this is unsaturated hydrocarbon tails. So these cholesterols are generally unsaturated. Okay. So I will discuss about fluidity. Before discussing about fluidity, I want to share something. See, these layers are semi-permeable, means they allow something to pass through it. So what are the elements which can pass through it? Those are lipid soluble. Those are lipid soluble. They can mix with these lipids and can pass through this layer. So anything from external environment wants to go inside the cell membrane, or anything which is inside the cell membrane wants to go outside the cell membrane. If they are lipid soluble, they can easily pass through it. Okay. And if there is smaller molecular weight, the small molecules also can pass through it. Okay. So those who are having a smaller molecular weight and those are lipid soluble can easily pass through this membrane. But what about charged particles and bigger molecules? How can they pass through it? So for them, we have special arrangement. Okay, God has created a special arrangement for them, and those arrangements are created through protein. Okay, so since we discussed that these phospholipid, these layers are made up of mainly phospholipids and associated proteins and some part of carbohydrate, mainly protein and phospholipid. So phospholipid is for small molecules, and lipid soluble substances and small molecules can pass through this lipid layer. And for macromolecules and charged anions, cations, we have a special gate through protein channels. So for protein channels, we'll discuss later on. Right now, we will come back to our this topic. सी इस मटेरियल से क्या पास कर सकता है जो फ्लूइड में डिसॉल्व हो जा रहा है. ये जो लिपिड है, लिपिड में जो लिपिड सॉल्युबल होगा वो इसके थ्रू से पास करके अंदर आ जाएगा, या जो अंदर से लिपिड सॉल्युबल होगा पास करके बाहर चला जाएगा, या जो स्मॉल मॉलिक्यूल्स होंगे वो भी पास कर जाएंगे. लेकिन जो बिगर मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं उनके लिए हमारे पास प्रोटीन चैनल्स है, उसके बारे में हम लोग बाद में बात करेंगे. अभी हम लोग बाद में पहले इसके ऊपर आए. सो अभी तक हम लोगों ने क्या डिस्कस किया था, मैं फिर से आ रहा हूँ. बिकॉज सी ये थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी है, बट अभी आप लोगों को बहुत ज़्यादा टर्म से याद नहीं रखना है. बस आपको बहुत डिटेल में अगर जाएंगे तो इसमें कौन कौन से डिफरेंट है, क्या क्या केमिकल्स है, सब स्टडी करना होता है. बट अभी हमें जरूरी नहीं है, हमें सिर्फ ये समझना बेसिक चीज़ें कि स्ट्रक्चर क्या है, क्या रूल्स है, क्यों जरूरी है, एंड ताकि हम लोग इसकी फिजियोलॉजी को समझ सकें. ठीक है. तो अभी तक हम लोगों ने देखा कि सेल मेम्ब्रेन के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं. We are discussing about cell membrane. Cell membrane is a lipid bilayer. It is fluid mosaic model. Why this fluidity is there, we will discuss right now. But first, I am going to revise it. So we have lipid, protein, and carbohydrate. So mainly phospholipids and other kind of lipids also, depending on the structure and function of the tissues, it change. And so in this video, we are going to discuss about lipid and proteins. So first, we are going to discuss about, and carbohydrate is very less function, and phospholipids. The phospholipid is bipolar, so one polar end and one non-polar end. Polar end is called head and non-polar end is called tail. Okay, polar end is hydrophilic, which is water soluble, and so this outside is aqueous environment, inside is also aqueous environment. So aqueous hydrophilic ends are staying outside, and hydrophobic ends, the lipid layers are staying together. Now in this lipid layer, they are not identical, they are opposite to each other, they are asymmetric because of unsaturated fatty acids, and in between these bipolar end there is some small molecules of cholesterol, and these cholesterols are generally unsaturated, because if they are saturated they will not be able to maintain the fluidity, so they are generally unsaturated. Okay, the straight hand is saturated and bent hand leg is bent, this is unsaturated. Okay, and now we will discuss about fluidity. Okay, so why fluidity is important? See, for exocytosis means, see, the cell will create something. Say if this is the cell, this cell is going to create something, some secretions will be there, and say we discussed there are some uh, machineries which used to transport these things. So if there is some, say, vesicles are there, and they have, this cell has secreted some, say, hormones and anything, and this cell wants to transport these materials into the extracellular fluid. So how can it will transfer? So it will come in the near end, it can dissolve with this lipid, and it will transfer the secretions. So this is called exocytosis. Okay, this is also lipid membrane, this is also lipid membrane, so it will dissolve and it will transfer the secretion in the extracellular fluid. And what is endocytosis? Say it is WBC, cell of WBC, and if there is a bacteria over here, and this WBC cell wants to eat this bacteria, then how can it eat? It will come nearby this, it will make a sac like this, and then it will take it inside. Then it will, in the next step, it will engulf and it will take inside it, and after that it will close. It will crack an inside, it will close. So because, and there will be no hole. Okay, there will be no hole. So this is called endocytosis. So for this function of exocytosis and for endocytosis, this fluidity is very important. So God has created a cell like that. It can function like that. And each cell has been specialized for a specific function. So एक्सोसाइटिस और एंडोसाइटोसिस के लिए फ्लूइडिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. दूसरा है मेम्ब्रेन बायोजेनेसिस. What is membrane biogenesis? Say when the cell is small and cell will increase the size, then the new lipid molecule will be created and they will be mixed in with the lipid molecule and they can grow in their size. That is called membrane biogenesis. So this fluidity is very important for these three functions. Okay. Now what can alter the fluidity of the cell membrane? Say temperature. Say if temperature will increase, the fluidity will also increase. Okay. And another thing is cholesterol. Say if there are more cholesterol, if cholesterol will increase, what will happen? Fluidity will decrease. And if this is more saturated cholesterol, then again the fluidity will more decrease. So these two important factors are there on which fluidity is dependent. Okay. So टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होने से फ्लूइडिटी बढ़ जाएगा, कोलेस्ट्रॉल ज्यादा होने से फ्लूइडिटी कम हो जाएगा. सो कोलेस्ट्रॉल एंड टेम्परेचर का बहुत बड़ा रोल है फ्लूइडिटी के लिए. एंड अगर वो अनसैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड से कोलेस्ट्रॉल है तो उस पर ज्यादा नहीं. अगर सैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड हम ले रहे हैं और उसका डिपॉजिट्स हो रहा है तो फ्लूइड के सेल के फ्लूइडिटी को हैम्पर करेगा. ओके. तो सो फार अभी तक हम लोगों ने क्या डिस्कस किया है कि हमारे पास जो मेम्ब्रेन है वो मेम्ब्रेन तीन चीजों से बना हुआ है. ठीक है. कार्बोहाइड्रेट का कम रोल है. मेन हम लिपिड एंड प्रोटीन का बात करेंगे. लिपिड में बहुत तरह के लिपिड है, मेनली फॉस्फोलिपिड्स हैं. एंड फॉस्फोलिपिड्स का स्ट्रक्चर क्या है? फॉस्फोलिपिड का स्ट्रक्चर एक हेड है, पोलर एंड, नॉन पोलर एंड टेल है. नॉन पोलर एंड क्या होता है? हाइड्रोफोबिक होता है. पोलर एंड क्या होता है? हाइड्रोफिलिक होता है, जो वाटर सॉल्युबल एनवायरनमेंट में रहता है. एंड ये ऑयल्स लिपिड्स है वो मिक्स हो जाते हैं. इसमें भी दोनों का स्ट्रक्चर एक दूसरे से डिफरेंट है. एक सैचुरेटेड एंड है, एक अनसैचुरेटेड एंड है. और अनसैचुरेटेड एंड होने के कारण क्या होता है? वो फ्लूइडिटी मेंटेन करता है. फ्लूइडिटी क्यों जरूरी है? फ्लूइडिटी जरूरी है फॉर एक्सोसाइटोसिस. कोई अपने स्ट्रक्चर कुछ बना रहे हैं तो वो बाहर भेजने के लिए, और एंडोसाइटोसिस किसी चीज को अपने अंदर लेने के लिए, एंड फॉर मेम्ब्रेन बायोजेनेसिस इंक्रीज करने के लिए. फ्लूइडिटी कैसे डिपेंड करती है? टेम्परेचर पे एंड कोलेस्ट्रॉल पे. एंड इस फॉस्फोलिपिड्स का क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है? फॉस्फोलिपिड से ये सेमी पेरिफेरल मेम्ब्रेन है, तो जो स्मॉल मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं एंड जो लिपिड सॉल्युबल मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं कैन इजीली ट्रांसफर, okay, can move easily. But for macromolecules and जो बड़े molecules हैं and for charged molecules they cannot transfer through this. So for them there is protein structures. So what are the protein structures? Protein mainly 50% proteins होते हैं. There are two types, integral protein and peripheral protein. Integral proteins are either embedded in the lipid bilayer or pass through it completely. And the peripheral protein are not embedded, rather they are loosely associated with the internal or external surface of the cell membrane. So let's see in this picture. See, this is lipid bilayer, and in this layer, see, this is the fluid nature, and these are mosaic-like structures. So this is called fluid mosaic structure. Say this is the protein which is embedded. So this is passing from one environment to another environment through this layer. Okay, and this see, this is the peripheral protein. This is peripheral protein staying on the either outside, inside, or outside. There are some outside also, okay, and they are inside. So they are called peripheral protein. And those protein which are passing through the membrane or embedded also, they are called integral protein. Okay. So what is the function of these proteins? These integral protein are sometimes called transmembrane protein also. Okay. What is the function of the protein? They function as to transport also, to transport some chemicals or some molecules from outside environment to inside environment, which cannot pass through the lipid bilayer. They do the enzyme activity. They do for signal transductions or cell to cell recognition, intercellular joining. All these things we are going to discuss. So what do you mean by transport? See, they are some kind of protein channels through which easily any molecule can pass. Some are aqueous chamber. They have aqueous channels through which water soluble molecules can easily pass through inside. Bigger water soluble molecules can easily pass through it. These kind of channels are present on the cell membrane, and these channels are made up of protein. And through these channels, sometimes say ATP, which is generated inside the cell and wants to go outside, they can go outside through this channel. They are called transporter. Some proteins are having specific property to transport. Say they can change their structure. Say if there is some protein like this, if they can receive something and they can bend inside and they can release their material inside. Not up to here. They will, this is enlarged picture. They can bend, they can transform themselves and they can transport. So there are different kind of transporters also. They will discuss later on in the some kind of say diabetic pathology also. We'll discuss this. There are different kind of transporters. Okay, so this is transporters. Their enzyme activity. Enzyme activity means say they will transform. They will say if that is A plus B, if they pass through it and go out through it, it can become C plus D. They can change something. They do this kind of activities, enzymes. Okay, and their receptors. Receptor means they cannot go inside. See here, they cannot go inside. There is no way to go inside. But when they will receive the reception signaling, these receptors signaling, they will bring some changes inside the cellular membrane, inside internal environment. Just like, see, if there is a calling bell, if someone presses the calling bell, the effect will be inside. You will go to the door and you will check what is happening, who is there. So like that, the doorbell is the receptor. Okay, so some molecule has came to the gate and has pressed the receptor to bring some change in the internal environment. So these are called receptors. Okay, and these receptor, interesting factor is that these receptors are embedded on the different structure of cell membrane, and they are very much mobile. So we will call it as wind structure. Okay, wind structure. Even in the 6 key, we know the receptor sense organ receptors we call wind of the nervous system. The same way, these receptors will call as wind. Okay, and there is cell to cell recognition, the glycoprotein, and there is intercellular joining. They used to keep the structure intact. Okay, intact, and there are some structure they work as a cytoskeleton, extracellular matrix. Okay, they they used to bind the structure with the internal environment. See in this picture, I can show you this microcellular skeleton-like thing, microcellular skeleton-like thing. So they are made of proteins, special kind of protein to bind the internal environment. Okay. So these are the different functions. So as per 6 key, how can we classify? See, these phospholipids are, we can say it is humidity. Okay, this is a phospholipid layer as a humidity. Fat we know as a humidity in 6 key. So these phospholipids are humidity. The receptors are wind, and these transporters will be heat, and the enzyme activity doing on. So this enzyme activities will be hotness, and this they are giving the structure firmness. So it is dryness, and there is a cytoskeleton. So they are giving the extra stability to the cell, so they come into coldness. Okay, so I will show you the classification and notes given to the Russian doctor. Even I will share that file in the group also, so you can read that file. And because they are different kind of receptors, so there we have receptor for, say, ACTH hormones, so for insulin hormone. So we can go into the branch classification of receptors also, and there are different kind of enzymes also. So we can classify different enzymes into branch 6 key of this hotness also. So this kind of different enzymes will come across in higher classification, so you will able to understand. So basically what we have discussed so far is that cell, the structure of the cell, and what is the function of phospholipid, what is the importance of fluidity, and what is the importance of protein, and what are the different kind of protein, and what are the different structures of proteins. Okay, so I would like to share that file that you can see. I will share that in the group also. Okay, see, this is the file and given by Alexei Spolova from Russia. So this is the if you read, you can understand what everything we have discussed. The receptors are wind. Okay, there are different kind of receptors. Okay, for insulin, for adenoreceptors, transporter proteins are heat, enzymes is hotness. Again, in enzyme we can see wind, heat, and hotness. This will, you will understand what is Krebs cycle and all. Will come across all these discussions. And the lipid bilayer is humidity, and the adhesion protein is dryness, and membrane structure protein is coldness. Okay. So you please go through the slides and videos 2-3 times. You'll be able to understand. And from next video, I will discuss the another important function of cell membrane, that is the transportation. How the transportation works, what is the mechanism through which some materials go in from inside to outside, from outside to inside. All these things we will discuss in the next video. Okay, smile, thanks.